Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2023 Faculty Convocation. I am Marquita Newell, and I serve as Interim Vice Provost for Faculty Affairs and Interim Dean for the School of Education. Before we begin our formal program, I'd like to start by drawing your attention to Loyola's land acknowledgement. It is important to understand the history of the place where we reside and our place within that history. I ask that we pause for a moment to read the university's land acknowledgement statement on the screen. Faculty Convocation signals the beginning of a new academic year. It is one of the important moments when we can gather as a collective whole to fellowship and celebrate the accomplishments of our colleagues. Let us begin today's recognition of faculty achievement. Please stand if you are able, as I invite Claire Noonan, Vice President for Mission Integration, to make today's invocation.
And let us pray. God of wisdom, we gather this evening to recognize the gifts of knowledge and understanding so alive in your people, in this faculty. With humility, we receive and cultivate these gifts in community, conscious that they are given for learning, service, and justice. We welcome new companions into our shared mission, celebrate the excellence of our award-winning colleagues, and remember with affection those who have gone home to you since last we were together. Bless us, O Holy One, that we may greet each person, each class, each question, each invitation, each opportunity that you send into our path this new year with a generosity rooted in your Spirit, a freedom born from your abundant grace, and the energy to set the world on fire. May we make this prayer confident that you are ever at our side. Amen.
Please be seated. Every fall, we have the pleasure of welcoming new colleagues. This afternoon, the deans will introduce the new faculty. Faculty, if you are able, please stand when your name is called and remain standing until your dean completes the introductions for your school. Audience, please hold your applause until all members of a school are introduced. Beginning with the College of Arts and Sciences, I invite Dean Schrader to the podium.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Peter Schrader, and I am the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. And it is really an honor and a privilege to be able to introduce to you the new faculty members within the College of Arts and Sciences. Wadad Abdullah, Miriam Amuamuha, Oleg Andres, William Beischel, Kelvin Billingsley, Brian Campbell-Deem, Janae Contag, Irina Creda, Jeremy Davis, Emily Dupree, Mary Margaret Greening, Jonathan Harmon, Rohina Malik Hassani, Gina Hunt, Suyeon Natasha Kang, Sungha Kang, Noor Karadas, Alexander Kula, Dongril Lee, Stephen Logan, Christopher Madsen, Corey Marshall, Lydia Manharas Gaitan. Peter Nicola. Jose Pastrana. Nicola Petit. Justin Pottle. Jason Sick. Christophe Renault. Anushka Sen. Michael Slager. Sarala Tantira Mudalaji. Melinda Tran. And last but not least, Taining Wang. Congratulations to the new faculty of the College of Arts and Sciences.
Good afternoon. I'm Michael Benham, Dean of the Quinlan School of Business, and I'm proud and happy to introduce our new faculty members. Diana Acosta Navas. Mike Alsip. Brittany Bauer. Angela Chen. Shangpei Chen. Thomas de Berg. Anuj Gangopadhyay. Maha Halabi Ditch. Sean Leahy. Dennis Oates. Daniel Pepe. Arilova Randrana Solo. Kevin Voguet. And Lisa Yang.
Happy Sunday afternoon. I'm delighted to be here. Elizabeth Kaufman. I'm the interim dean for the School of Communication, and want to announce our new faculty. Not all of whom could be here today, but Matthew Jungsuk Howard, delighted to have you with us, and Alex Demarjian, both of whom are a welcome addition to our faculty. So there's Alex. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Marquita Newell, Interim Vice Provost of Faculty Affairs and Interim Dean for School of Ed, and I'm proud to introduce our new faculty members. Ricardo Camacho, Ava Jackson, Patrice Leverett, Amberine Nasir, and Caitlin Reichert. Welcome.
Good afternoon. I'm Nancy Tuckman, the Dean of the School of Environmental Sustainability. It's lovely to be here today and to welcome our new faculty. Amber Ford Rogner, Gordon Getzinger, Debjani Gatak, Christine Hippert, and Mark Mackey. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm Elaine Murado, Professor and Founding Dean for the Parkinson School of Health Sciences and Public Health. And I'm honored and proud to introduce our new faculty members, Matt Anderson, Julie Huynh, and Nicholas Salakis. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michelle Alexandre. I'm Dean of the School of Law, and I'm proud to introduce the newest members of our faculty. Adam Coppell, Linda Fairbanks, Sheldon Bernard Like, Elise Citrini. Thank you. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gregory Gruner. I'm the Vice Dean for Education at the Stritch School of Medicine, and I am proud to introduce some of the newest members of our faculty, Hong Long Ji and Priti Murer. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. I am Lorna Finnegan, Dean of the Marcella Niehoff School of Nursing, and I am proud to introduce the newest members of our new faculty, Amy Becklenberg, Jason Broninger, Catherine Breen, Christopher Donley, Megan Garland, Maura Miller, Chandra Norder Brandley, and Lisa Wesolowski. I just wanted to welcome you to one of the best schools of nursing in the nation.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jim Marley, Interim Dean for the School of Social Work, and I'm proud to introduce the newest faculty member for our school, Celeste Sanchez. So, congratulations, Celeste, and welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming today. I'm Marianne Ryan, Dean of Libraries, and I am happy to introduce the newest members of our faculty. From the University Libraries, Natalia Gutierrez-Jones and Autumn Mather. And from the Health Sciences Library, Alyssa Mosqua. Welcome, everyone.
Good afternoon. I'm Margaret Callahan. I serve as Provost and Chief Academic Officer, and I'm proud to introduce the newest faculty member of the University Centers and Programs, Brett Coleman. I'm also pleased to introduce one of our newest faculty members in the Office of the Provost, Sarah Naki Hasnain. Welcome.
Tenure and promotion in faculty rank to associate professor and professor are key recognitions of faculty achievement. Such recognition comes only after rigorous review by peer committees at the school and university levels, and is ultimately granted by the president and provost. Our colleagues who are granted tenure, promoted to associate professor, or promoted to professor during the past year are listed on the Faculty Convocation website. Will all of you who were granted tenure and or promoted to the rank of associate professor or professor during the last year, please stand now and let us express our congratulations. Congratulations. In addition, we wish to recognize our colleagues who were promoted within their schools during the past year, including clinical faculty, librarians, lecturers, and those at the Stritch School of Medicine who achieved board certification and were promoted to assistant professor. Will those of you who were promoted within your schools during the last year, please stand now while we express our congratulations. Loyola's teaching and research and service mission is supported by contributions made by the 42 exceptional scholars who hold endowed chairs and professorships. With those of you who are in the auditorium today, please stand. The Faculty Convocation website also includes the colleagues who have retired within the last year. We will miss their fellowship, and we wish them all the best for the future. With this convocation, Provost Callahan continues the tradition of recognizing the teaching awards presented by the Office of the Provost.
Before we turn to university-wide faculty awards, it is my honor to recognize faculty members who have been selected within their schools for special awards during the past year. These awards recognize excellence in teaching, research, and service. The names of these individuals and their awards appear on the Faculty Convocation website. Will the recipients of these college and school awards please stand now while we express our congratulations. Excellence in teaching is central to our mission of transformative education. The annual Provost Awards celebrate exceptional teaching. I'd like to recognize colleagues who received awards at earlier events during the past year. The Alice B. Hayes Award for Advising and Mentoring recognizes faculty who demonstrate a commitment to advising and mentoring both within and beyond the classroom. Strong faculty mentors guide students' intellectual, personal, social, and spiritual growth and help students develop a dedication to lifelong learning. This year's recipient of the Hayes Awards are Susan McCarthy. Susan is a clinical assistant professor in business at Arupe College. Okay. The Langerbach Awards for Undergraduate Research Mentoring recognizes faculty who show extraordinary success in providing intensive individual research experiences for undergraduate students. This year's recipients of the Langerbach Awards are Michael Burns. Michael is an assistant professor in the Department of Biology in the College of Arts and Sciences. Brian Oshofsky. Brian is an assistant professor in the School of Environmental Sustainability. Congratulations. The Provost Award for Excellence in Teaching First Years recognizes faculty who build community with first-year students by teaching 100 level freshman classes. These exemplary faculty foster cura personalis in new students and challenge them to become fully integrated into the Loyola community. This year's recipient is Una Blaher de la Garza. Una is an assistant professor in political theory in the College of Arts and Sciences. Congratulations. The Kolvenbach Award for Engaged Teaching recognizes faculty who promote active and collaborative learning through a variety of service learning and outreach experiences that encourage students to apply classroom theory to real-life situations. This year's recipient is Sarah Diaz. Sarah is the Associate Director of the Center for Human Rights of Children and also a lecturer in the School of Law. Congratulations, Sarah. The Adolfo Nicholas S.J. Excellence in Teaching Award recognizes instructors who bring imagination and dedication to an engaged learning course in the spirit of the late Superior General of the Jesuits, Adolfo Nicholas, who said, "Depth of thought and imagination in the Ignatian tradition involves a profound engagement with the real." This year's recipients, Stacy Nair Barron. Stacy is a senior lecturer in the Quinlan School of Business, and Tanya Schussler. Tanya is an assistant professor in the School of Environmental Sustainability. Congratulations. The Modges Teaching Award for part-time instructors celebrates the importance of excellence among Loyola's part-time instructors. This award recognizes the unique and excellent contributions of part-time instructors who answer the call to be teacher practitioners and role models in their field, demonstrate a commitment to going above and beyond, to persevere through obstacles and exceed expectations to meet the needs of their students, deeply care and forge connections with their students, and embody the Jesuit ideals of mission, community, and service. This year's recipient is Rebecca Sapochny Rufo. Rebecca is an assistant professor in the Marcella Niehoff School of Nursing. Congratulations. St. Ignatius believed that society could be changed for the better if future leaders were educated using a rigorous curriculum based in ethics and the humanities. The St. Ignatius Loyola Award for Teaching Excellence recognizes faculty whose teaching raises global awareness, promotes social justice, and educates the whole student. It honors a faculty member who embodies excellence in all aspects of teaching, including advising and mentoring, teaching to mission, and student engagement. This year's recipient is Elizabeth Wakefield. Elizabeth Wakefield is an associate professor in the Department of Psychology. She joined the Loyola faculty in 2016 after completing her BA at Kalamazoo College in Psychology and Music, her PhD in Psychology at Indiana University, and postdoctoral training at the University of Chicago. At Loyola, Dr. Wakefield dedicates herself to educating students in the classroom and in her lab. She consistently receives positive student evaluations when teaching Introduction to Neuroscience, Developmental Psychology, and Psychology of Music, and maintains an active research program focused on how co-speech gestures support communication and learning. Dr. Wakefield's dedication to her teaching and mentoring has earned her the SUJAC Teaching Excellence Award in 2021 and the Longerbach Faculty Research Mentor Award in 2020. Outside of her role at Loyola, Dr. Wakefield sings in the Chicago Chorale and spends time with her husband, Justin, and their 2 young children, Aria and Andrew. It is now my great pleasure to present the St. Ignatius of Loyola Award for Teaching Excellence to Dr. Elizabeth Wakefield. And you do have a beautiful voice. You want to get closer? Let's do this. Okay.
Thank you, Provost Callahan. It is truly an honor to be the 2023 recipient of the St. Ignatius of Loyola Award for Teaching Excellence, and to have the privilege of speaking to you all this afternoon. In 2016, I sat in this audience for my first faculty convocation, excited, but also nervous and wondering if Loyola was the right place for me. That year, I had the privilege of hearing from Dr. Noni Gaylord-Harding, a former professor in the Department of Psychology, my home department, and she addressed the audience as the 2016 recipient of this award. I don't remember everything she said, but I do remember feeling inspired by her passion for teaching and mentoring, and knowing that if the values she clearly had around education were shared by the rest of the faculty, that this was certainly a place that I wanted to be. So I hope that if you remember nothing else from what I say in the next few minutes, that you walk away with the general impression that you're excited to be here and to engage with students, staff, and colleagues during this academic year. Many things change on campus year to year, but others remain the same. One of these constants is that we call our graduating students to go forth and set the world on fire. From an outside perspective, this phrase may seem overly grandiose and perhaps even hollow, something that everyone says but without actual intention. But after spending time here and gaining an appreciation for the thoughtfulness and care faculty take in their teaching and mentoring and our campus culture instilled with Jesuit values, it becomes clear that we are actually asking this of our students. And this is a big ask. The world is a messy and complex place. We spent a summer reading headlines about record heat waves while hiding inside from wildfire smoke. We live in a country where systemic racism is reality that many deny exists, and where individual freedoms to control one's body are being restricted. It is difficult to see how anything can get better, with continued political divides and a public that seems more and more comfortable with identifying the news in their social media echo chamber as truth. So shaping the world in productive, intentional ways that better the lives of those around them is a big thing to ask our graduates to take on. But we do ask it of them. And the reason I bring this up at faculty convocation is that if we're asking students to do this, then it's also a big indirect ask of us as faculty members. We are the ones who create space for learning and for growth. We create spaces in which students become the sort of people who care about bettering the lives of those around them and caring for our world. So in the midst of a crazy beginning to the semester, when it feels like you have no time to spare, I would encourage you to make some space to consider qualities that set our students up to answer this important call. As I've reflected on this question, I've come up with a few goals that I keep in mind. First, to create change in the world, students must lead rather than follow. But to achieve large changes in the world, they must do this through collaboration. So making space for them to work together is important. Second, students must recognize and grapple with complexities of the world. And we can prepare them to do this by giving them opportunities to draw connections in our classrooms, both between seemingly disparate course topics and their own lives and real-world issues. And third, creating meaningful change in the world is often not in service to ourselves, but to address inequities that exist in society. So to instill the importance of being a person for others in our students, we can be a person for our students. When we practice cura personalis, acting with grace and sympathizing or empathizing with unique life experiences our students are dealing with, we model ways of engaging and caring for others that students can reflect in their own ways of being. And if you do decide to make space to engage in reflection about your own teaching practices, I'll also suggest that you do so with a colleague, because another constant on this campus is us. While students graduate, faculty stick around. This allows junior and senior faculty to develop supportive mentoring relationships, interdisciplinary collaborations to emerge, and long-lasting friendships to flourish. For many of us, maintaining these relationships was a challenge when the pandemic forced us to work remotely. And for those who joined the faculty during those years, establishing those connections was much more difficult. But prioritizing care for ourselves is just as important as caring for our students. And building connections here on campus is a way of engaging in that self-care as we continue to navigate this ever-changing and complex world. So I wish you all a wonderful year of engaging with one another and in creating spaces that will help our students go forth and set the world on fire. Thank you.
Congratulations, Elizabeth. The Pedro Arrupe S.J. Award for Diversity Leadership is awarded to a faculty member who demonstrates the ideals of diversity, equity, and inclusion through teaching, research, and service to the Loyola community. This year's recipient is Kristen Krieger. Kristen is an associate professor in the Department of Anthropology in the College of Arts and Sciences. Kristen Krieger is a first-generation college student from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Dr. Krieger first became interested in archaeology in elementary school and double majored in anthropology and Spanish at the University of Wisconsin. She earned a PhD in anthropology from the University of Arkansas in 2011. Dr. Krieger's research focuses on tiny wear features left on tooth enamel called dental microwear. These features and their patterns help understand the dietary and behavioral strategies of hominin ancestors. Dr. Krieger's lab, the Chicago Experimental Wear, or CHEW lab, is currently studying how enamel is worn under controlled conditions to untangle the complex interplay between diet, environment, and genetics. It is now my great pleasure to present the Pedro Arrupe S.J. Award for Diversity Leadership to Kristen Krieger.
First of all, if I don't say hi to my mother, she'll be very upset with me. She's live streaming. So hi, Mom. I am deeply honored to be awarded the 2023 Pedro Arrupe S.J. Faculty Award for Diversity Leadership. I am grateful to the committee, comprised of those currently serving as Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Liaisons, for their hard work in going through the impactful nominations. So thank you. Part of this award is recognizing the Anti-Racism in STEM series that I helped to develop during the 2021-2022 academic year. To that end, I want to express my appreciation to Dr. Thomas Sanger, who couldn't make it today, and Dr. Michael Burns, who could make it today, and the Department of Biology for contributing to this series. Thank you to Badia Ahad for taking time out of her insanely busy schedule to listen, support, and fund this idea. I want to thank the faculty who attended one or more of the anti-racism in STEM workshops. You too are insanely busy, juggling research, teaching, service, professional development, not to mention also life. But you took time, which is the most precious and expensive thing that we have, to make your classrooms, labs, and spaces more inclusive. Loyola's faculty are, simply put, amazing. You are amazing. You are empathetic, compassionate, intelligent, and kind. I am privileged to call you my colleagues and my friends. Thank you.
For many years, Loyola University Chicago has expressed its commitment to faculty excellence by recognizing a Faculty Member of the Year. I invite Dr. Jim Devery, Chair of Faculty Council, to the podium to present the Faculty Member of the Year award.
Good afternoon, colleagues and guests. My name is Jim Devery, and I'm the chair of your Faculty Council. One of Council's responsibilities is the selection of Faculty Member of the Year, and I would like to thank the Service and Communications Committee for their work in actually reviewing the portfolio submitted of all the incredibly talented and busy colleagues that we have here at Loyola. It is my great pleasure to present Dr. Jenna Drenton, Associate Professor in Marketing in the Quinlan School of Business, with the 2023 Loyola University Chicago Faculty Member of the Year Award. Dr. Drenton earned her degree in Integrated Marketing Communication from Winthrop University and her PhD in Marketing from the University of Georgia. She joined our ranks at Loyola in 2014 as an assistant professor and was promoted to associate professor with tenure in 2020. At Loyola, she adopted a cura personalis approach in research: care for herself as a scholar, care for the people and topics she studies, and care for a society grappling with deeply divisive marketplace tensions in a digital age. However, the reason we're here is to talk about last year. During the last academic year, Dr. Drenton published 6 papers, 2 book chapters, and co-edited a special issue of the Journal of Marketing Management. At the time of her submission for this award, she had another 4 manuscripts under peer review and a book under contract. She facilitated a workshop on advanced approaches to social media research. Her work was cited more than 300 times, and she gave 18 talks across 4 continents, including 7 other institutions. She worked as an associate editor for the Journal of Advertising Research and served on review boards for the Journal of Macro Marketing and Marketing Education Review. Her proudest achievement as an educator occurred last year, when she served as the faculty advisor for the Black Business Student Association in the Quinlan School of Business, which launched this past January. She received the Best Impact Award at the Marketing Strategy and Policy Conference. She was a finalist for the American Marketing Association's Annual Award for Responsible Research in Marketing, and she was the Researcher of the Year in the Quinlan School of Business. Colleagues, please join me in recognizing Dr. Jenna Drenton as the Loyola University Chicago Faculty Member of the Year.
Thank you for this incredible honor to be named Faculty Member of the Year. I especially want to thank Dean Benham and my department chair, Dr. Linda Zayer, for nominating me, and the selection committee for this remarkable recognition. I also would love to chisel additional names on this plaque because whatever success I've had is merely a reflection of this community. My colleagues in the Quinlan School of Business and across campus, my exceptional students, Loyola University Chicago's administration, and my family, who I am grateful could be with us. I told my dean I wouldn't cry, and here I am. I grew up in a small town in South Carolina with over 100 churches. Exactly one of them was Catholic. I learned most of what I knew about the Catholic tradition by watching the 1990s cinematic classic Sister Act. Over a decade ago, when I joined the Jesuit education system, what struck me was how much of what I already believed aligned with Ignatian teaching and scholarship. I share this because so many of us come to Loyola with limited knowledge of its uniqueness and yet an inherent belief in its values. I often joke that I get to scroll through TikTok and Instagram for a living. But in truth, I am fortunate to study the complexities of how culture is created, disseminated, and consumed in the digital age. Being a marketing professor at Loyola has emboldened me to explore how digital consumer culture is entangled with racism, sexism, and other systems of dominance in the marketplace. I've committed my career to studying these power dynamics, and the Jesuit Toolkit has afforded me the freedom to approach delicate topics with integrity, vulnerability, and care. But I am certainly not alone. Within the Quinlan School of Business and across our Loyola University Chicago campuses, so many of us are tackling very real societal challenges: climate change, political misinformation, gender biases, food insecurity, access to education, health inequities, racial discrimination, poverty, displacement, and more. We bring these topics into our classrooms, into our research, and into our communities, asking big questions and rethinking what it means to have impact in higher education. Loyola University Chicago attracts faculty for its social justice mission, but it retains us because of what that mission enables us to do. At Loyola Chicago, we are fortunate to have a Jesuit mission that supports bold curiosity, especially as professors face increasing public criticism for challenging economic, political, and social injustice. To me, it is inherently Jesuit to recognize what a privilege it is to work in higher education while also acknowledging what a toll it can take to be an educator in today's divisive climate. I am so proud to be a part of this thriving academic community, and I am deeply touched to receive this award. Thank you.
It is now my great pleasure to introduce Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Margaret Callahan, who will welcome the faculty to the new academic year.
Thank you, Marqueta. What a wonderful afternoon and a really incredible way to begin the academic year. Today, we welcome our new faculty members and recognize our colleagues who represent the best in teaching, research, and service to our students and to the university. So welcome to all of you, and a special welcome to our newest colleagues who join us today. I am feeling inspired and energized by your decision to be part of this rich academic community. This is one of the most talented and diverse groups of faculty ever to begin together in the same academic year at Loyola. As I have reviewed your recruitment dossiers, and I've read every one, I was impressed over and over by the quality, depth, and breadth of your work. I am certain that each and every one of you will have an important place here at Loyola. Our students, faculty colleagues, and staff will all benefit from the unique gifts that you will certainly bring to Loyola University Chicago. Thank you for gathering with us today and for enriching our community with your expertise and your presence. Welcome back to our returning faculty. It is always great to reconnect at this very special event each year. Sorry about the weather. And I think I jinxed it last year because I actually said out loud, we always have beautiful weather for faculty convocation. So blame me. Today, we honor a number of you with annual faculty awards and with the recognition of your scholarship and service that led to your promotion and tenure. We are grateful for the many ways you engage and care for our students and for the mission of our university. As provost, I am responsible with all of you for the quality of the academic enterprise, which is deeply rooted in a 500-year-old tradition. Faculty, of course, are at the center of this work. Teaching and scholarship is the action of our mission. It is the role of the provost and administrators to support and empower that work in every way we can, whether that is caring for students and their Loyola experience outside of the classroom, or helping to facilitate infrastructure and resources for research, scholarship, and service. And at Loyola, teaching, research, and service are deeply rooted in our Jesuit principles. All great universities aspire to academic and research excellence. But at Loyola University Chicago, we strive for excellence with a purpose that expresses itself in the service to humanity. We come together today at an exciting moment of transition and continuity. Last October, we welcomed President Reed. Since then, he has been energetically reaching out to faculty, staff, students, and a worldwide network of educators, Jesuit leaders, and alumni. As he gets to know our university, our people and partners and civic leadership, Dr. Reed has been reporting the good news about Loyola's academic and operational strength and our university's rising reputation locally, nationally, and internationally. We are in a strong position to intentionally invest in faculty and students to increase our outreach and support for students from underserved communities and to be able to identify resources for new and innovative initiatives. With strong undergraduate enrollments, increased student and faculty diversity, a growing endowment, and secure financial position, we have the energy and momentum to achieve great things. These are certainly times of transition, and at the very front of that are our navigational tools of our Jesuit Catholic values. New leadership brings a fresh look, a new urgency to our strategic planning process, which is closely linked to our campus master plan and for planning a comprehensive capital campaign. These plans are interlocking components of the future evolution of our university. A little plug for tomorrow, I encourage you to attend the University Town Hall at noon in the Sister Jean Room at Lakeshore, second floor atrium of Cuneo at the Health Sciences campus, and Casper Hall at Water Tower campus to hear more of the state of the university today and the future direction. In closing, our future will always come back to the attention we pay to each student. I know that you strive to put your best self into all you do. In many ways, you are the first responders, and some of you have heard me say this before. You are in the best position to see when students are struggling and are in need of help. Our students grow into responsible adults throughout their journey at Loyola, but they need guidance from caring faculty and staff in managing the difficult times. Many young people today are struggling to find their place in the world, and I know that you will care for them. My hope for you is that you will care for our students, but that you will also care for yourselves and each other. I pray that you can strike a healthy work-life balance. St. Ignatius famously implored us to do more, yet also noted the importance of personal well-being and time for friends and family. He discerned that self-care is essential for one to truly be there for others. Loyola is a special place, guided by a centuries-old tradition that calls us to be people for and with others and calls us forward to accompany young people to a hope-filled future. You carry this mission forward today. On behalf of our campus community and our worldwide Rambler community, I say thank you. You have my deepest admiration and appreciation. Thank you for sharing your gifts, your talents, your commitment, and your compassion with our students and with our community at Loyola University of Chicago. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Mark C. Reed, President of Loyola University Chicago.
This is a wonderful way to spend a Sunday afternoon. It really is inspiring to share time with so many great faculty and to be here to celebrate dedicated and impactful teaching, mentorship, and scholarship. I don't want to take up a lot of time, mainly because I'm standing between all of you, all of us, and a lovely reception that's to follow. But I want to say, and I do want to take the time to say, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you on behalf of our students, thank you on behalf of each other, on behalf of the staff, the alumni, parents, and the countless other constituents that call Loyola University Chicago home. Thank you for welcoming me, for welcoming my family to Chicago and into the Loyola community. And thank you for all the great work and all you do to care for, as I said and noted, our students and the ways that you sustain them, sustain each other, and our academic community. One of the things that drew me to Loyola is the strength of the university's faculty and academic program. I've seen over my years in Jesuit education how Loyola and its faculty have grown more accomplished, more creative, and more talented each and every year. We continue to thrive because the scholars who come to Loyola are those that find affinity with the Jesuit principles of going into the world to continually seek deeper knowledge and more impactful practice. As Provost Callahan said, the core work of our mission happens in the classroom, in laboratories, libraries, and in the field. And that core work, in many ways, most often comes down to that essential human exchange between teacher and student. And I can say personally that the most rewarding moments in my own career have come in the classroom or in related activities with students. I love teaching, and I have great admiration for those who are really good at it. And there are a lot of people who are really good at it at Loyola. Now, seeing our award winners today and hearing from Elizabeth, Kristen, and Jenna, it inspires me. I think it inspires all of us and reminds us that this work has never been as important as it is now. A strong faculty dedicated to the discovery and transmission of knowledge, grounded in our Catholic identity and Jesuit mission and heritage, both to inform and form students as future leaders and engaged citizens, is essential to strengthening Loyola's stature and reputation as we recommit ourselves to being and becoming a better national and international university. As you heard and will hear tomorrow, many of our metrics are strong: enrollment, student outcomes, faculty productivity, finances, and more. But there is always room for improvement, to evolve and grow, and to get better at what we do. Our mission calls upon us to continually adapt to the needs of our students and the needs of the world. The continuity of our care for students and the greater good is not dependent on a single president or any one individual, but rather on our community working together, moving forward, one in spirit, if not always in opinion, building upon a wide common ground. Working together, we can incorporate the diverse voices of disciplines and communities into a whole intellectual community whose impact is more than the sum of its parts. Congratulations again to all of the new faculty, to the continuing faculty, to our award recipients, and to everyone who is involved in this endeavor of education at Loyola. Thank you for coming together to welcome new colleagues and to celebrate the very best of Loyola.
And now, this year's faculty convocation is adjourned. I invite you and your guests to join your colleagues for a reception at the back of the room. Thank you.